Shalom, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakwakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutation to all you occupants pushing this truth and presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice on Mashiach of children of the light. And I pray I can edify you, brothers. All right, so this is actually the second time I'm recording this lesson because my system crashed the other time. But this lesson was inspired by the election coming up. The circus. Democrat, Republican, Biden, Trump, right? All of that. And so, Jake gonna be Jake, right? You got Jake that's, they want Biden to be their daddy again, and then you got Jake that want Trump to be their daddy again, right? And so, it's all wickedness and it's all folly because Jake shouldn't be participating in this circus no way, right? But they gonna clean their masters. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, right? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right? And the point is really in that first in the first part of that. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, right? Because the Lord's people was meant to be separate. And that's what it means to be holy, to be separated, right? That's why we were given statutes, laws, and commandments, right? That's why he showed his statutes to Jacob and had not dealt with any other nation, right? And that tells you that in Deuteronomy 32:9, right? It says, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, right? So learn not the way of the heathen. And I was reading First Samuel chapter 8, which is one of my favorite chapters, right? And we're gonna get right to it. So just a little overview before we start reading, so it's easier to follow. So in First Samuel 8, the elders of Israel came to Samuel and asked that he set a king over them. So let's read about it. This is First Samuel 8:4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old. So the elders of Israel went to Samuel and said, Yo, you old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways, right? And his sons went a different path, right? Samuel was a prophet. He was a man of the Most High. His sons were into folly and wickedness, right? So the elders say, now make us a king to judge us like all the other nations, right? So here in this same scripture, you can see that a falling away is about to occur, falling away from the Most High, right? Okay, so now make us a king to judge us like all of the other nations. But what does Jeremiah 10:2 tell us? Learn not the way of the heathen. Deuteronomy 32:9. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, right? So if you want to be like the other nations, you want to be like the heathens. So you want to follow out the heathen customs and heathen tradition and heathen laws and not adhere to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? Okay, cool. So because you got to understand, before Israel had a king, it was the Most High that led us, right, in the ancient world. It was the Most High that went and fought all of our battles for us. It was the Most High that delivered us out of the hands of our enemies. It was the Most High that would send us a judge, right? A judge is a leader, right? The same. So Samuel was a prophet, but he was also a judge. He was a leader sent to us by the Most High, right? Okay, cool. Let's keep reading. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee. Right? So the Most High is saying, Samuel, listen to the voice of the people. Do what they say. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me. Come on now. So the Most High tells Samuel, no, listen to the people, because it's not you that they reject, Samuel, it's me. But they have rejected me that I should not reign over them. As I said earlier, in the ancient days, it was the Most High that led us. He was and still is our king, but it was the Most High that went and that went before us and defeated our enemies for us. And when an appointed time came, he sent us a judge that would deliver us out of the hands of our enemies. So you can understand why Samuel was displeased, right? And then you can understand the reaction of the Most High, right? Because he like, yo, what kind of shit is that? And that's what Samuel thinking. Yo, how you want a king over you? The Most High is over you. So you gonna go from dealing with the source directly to dealing with a man and think the man gonna deal with the source and then deal with you. So you putting a block in between you and your power. It's a falling away, and it's wicked. And that's the same thing Jake doing today, right? Jake going out to rock the vote. Jake going out to vote for their next king. You not supposed to be participating in it anyway, because it's not your individual votes that chooses the president. We know that it's the electoral college that ultimately chooses that. Who's in the electoral college? Jake can't name nobody. Jake can't point them out. You know what I mean? The man of the Lord know that it's the elites in the high and wicked places. Esau and the other nations and they high wicked places that's choosing these figureheads, right? And that's what Jay gonna do. Jay gonna trust everybody but they power. Jay gonna run into they gonna run into everything but they power, right? That was it. I think it's in Judges 2. Let's go to Judges 2. It says, just as Judges 2 and 16. Nevertheless, Yahweh raised up judges which delivered them, Israel, out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they will not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods. The same thing that we see them doing in 1 Samuel. They want to go be like the other nations. So you are already whoring out the other gods and other customs. That they turn quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of Yahweh, but they did not so. Right? Whenever the appointed time came, we were sent to judge. Because before Samuel, it was, I believe it was Eli, I believe his name was. But before Samuel, it says before Samuel that there had not been any revelations from the Lord in a long time. So when Samuel came, they was like, surely Samuel was chosen by the Lord and raised up by the Lord to be a prophet. So you were supposed to trust that after Samuel's time, the Most High will send another judge to lead you just as he sent Samuel, just as he done time and time again. But no, you want to go and do what everybody else doing. And that's why Jay getting their ass beat today. But let's keep reading. And the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them, according to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and served other gods. So do they also unto you. And so, right, so he's saying to Samuel, the same way they forsaken me is the same way that they forsaken you. Okay? And it says, now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of king that shall reign over them. Right? Because the Lord is about wisdom. So Samuel hearkened unto them, but let them know what kind of fucked up king they gonna get. Let's read it. Right? Let's go. We're gonna jump to 11. And he said, this is Samuel talking to the people, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen. So he gonna take your sons and make them his hosts. He gonna take your sons and make them a part of his army, right? And use them for his will to serve in his battles how he see fit. and some shall run before his chariots, and he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over 50, Salakia, and will set them to ear his ground and to weep his harvest, and to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be his confectionaries and to be cooks and to be bakers. Right. So this king that you want to be over you so bad gonna take your shit and make it his shit. He gonna take your sons to be his soldiers. He gonna take your daughters to be his wives, his lovers, his cooks, his bakers, and whatever else that he need. Right? He will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants, right? Because all of these things was given to you, right? Which and we are the servants of the Most High. So now you're gonna take those things. Now you're gonna choose this king and take the things the Lord gave you, and now you got to give them over to him. So you see, is almost like the beginning of the idol worshiping as well, right? And that's something that we'll get into later. But it's a slippery slope, and when you read it, it's a falling away. Understand? And when you over here in America, what they do, right? There's a whole new draft out. Males 18 to 26, they taking your sons for their wars. Understand? And they already taking the spirits of your daughters, because most of the daughters are indulged in whoredom. Understand? And you don't own any land. You can buy the land, build a house on it, and they could come and take the land. You don't own nothing. It's oppression. It's the beginning of oppression. Right. So we see how that play out. And again, man, you got Trump this, Biden that. Neither one of them is gonna serve you. Right? Neither one of them are gonna do what's supposed to be done for you, improve your life, make your life better. They got the same agenda. They just got different strategies about how to eradicate you and beat your ass. Fast and slow. Well, I'm sorry, fast and hard or slow and soft. Oh, I'd rather have Biden we can't have Trump, but Biden shitting on himself and falling asleep and calling people by the wrong names. What you mean? Trump out here living like a rapper, like Death Row. But that's cool, right? Because you're gonna vote for Biden because your grandma told you to, and then you're gonna vote for Trump because he a gangster. You know what I mean? He been shot, he been to prison, and that means black people want to go and they want to vote for him, and that's that falling away. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. But I hope there was some edification that came out of all of this. So until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.